I broke my shoe, I broke a spoke, and I broke my saddlebag. And I'm out of water in the middle of the desert. I literally don't know how this is even possible. There's nothing here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm stopped this truck with it's full of cake. And so we're in Marrakesh, and I'm in a real nice place, actually, a real nice riad. And I'm thinking that the more I travel with my bike, and I feel like the softer I get. Like when I started traveling by bike, I would stay in the cheapest places. They were usually pretty dirty, and now I just wanna enjoy some nice places, and so I spend more money. Yeah, I spend more money. I'm also older now. I'm 15 years older than when I started bike touring. We started at 6 p.m. and God knows I hate night starts. That's not night. We just get to ride 1 hour in the daytime, which means that we spent pretty much the entire day just waiting for the start. Everyone was ready, and everyone was waiting. And here we are, and we're gonna go for that long night. It's been 5 years since I last was here for the Atlas Mountain Race, and it's a race that changed my life. It was my first big victory, and that's how I became known, and how I started making a living out of bikepacking. I always told myself that I would not come back here because it was a huge success, but it was very hard earned. I rode that whole first Atlas Mountain Race with maybe a couple hours of sleep, which means that I spent more than 40 hours riding in the dark, and it is very hard to do. It is just like riding in the dark. It's just that long tunnel when you're waiting for the sun to rise. I was really happy to win, but then I was like, I can't do this again. 2.5 hours in, deep in the night. It's a group of what, 8, 10 people. We're riding pretty fast, but there are some people ahead riding even faster. But yeah, that pace, that's fast enough for me. If I go faster, I might just blow up, so I'm just content. Five hours into the race, and to give you an idea of how it's going here, basically what the route does is that we start around sea level at Marrakesh, and then we go straight to the Atlas Mountains, straight to the highest point of the course at 2,600 meters. I'm not like I used to be. Like I was obsessed by winning. Now I feel like more of, trying to have a good balance between being competitive and having fun.
just passed CP1 at my stamp, which means that I'm done with the Silhouette, the highest pass of the course, and that really stupid downhill that everybody hates. I'm already feeling a bit broken, to be honest. It's quite a hard start to the race. It's close to 8 a.m. and dawn is finally here. It's a new race that begins. That was a pretty rough night, honestly. There was a few times where I felt pretty tired, where I wanted to lie down. And I guess the only reason that I didn't do it is because people are chasing me and they're like really not far. Like if I lie down for 10 minutes, probably 2 or 3 people are gonna pass me. If you want to know how things are going, well, I broke my shoe, I broke a spoke, and I broke my saddlebag. And I'm out of water in the middle of the desert. "24 hours into the race and covered about 360 kilometers, which is honestly not too bad. The top 3 guys, they're about an hour and a half, 2 hours ahead. I told you I broke my saddlebag, and at first I managed to kind of fix it, but after a couple of rough downhill, it was completely useless. There was no fixing it. So it's now dead, and I'm now carrying my luggage in my backpack. You gotta be creative in bikepacking. "7:30 p.m. Not much daylight left. It is dusk, as they say in English. And I was hoping I could resupply. There was a village, about 2 kilometers behind, but all the shops were closed, so I couldn't resupply. There was a fountain though, so I could get some water, and I just have a few biscuits, or if you're American, cookies, and well, I hope it's gonna be enough. I also have peanuts, and that's pretty much it. Biscuits and peanuts.
Found a little cafe, restaurant that's it's a tiny room so that you grab for sleep. So always kind of hard to get up after 4 hours like that. Didn't get some really good sleep, but it's better than nothing. And no, it's time to go back at it.
So it's around 2:30 a.m. or maybe 3, I don't know. Didn't get some good sleep, but legs feel good. Legs feel strong. I'm reaching the town of Tasnaf, Or maybe I will be able to find drinks, Coke. Eating a lot of sugar, candy, chocolate bars, biscuits, sodas. It's just trying to keep that blood sugar high, fuel like that. Then it's gonna be a big climb and then a really long downhill to checkpoint 2. Let's do that.
Alright, you got my stamp, CP2, probably gonna get a little bit of food. This is where we are.
All right, coming out of CP2, I had a look at the list there, and there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people ahead of me, but 2 of them are racing as a pair, so they don't count. So 3 people ahead of me. Maybe spend another night indoors, and then we'll see what happens. Wow, yeah, just hit a goat, and super lucky I didn't crash. Wow, didn't see that coming. They're usually good at avoiding people, but this one just panicked. I really thought I was going down, man. Whew. A lot of emotions. Okay, everything's just seems to be fine. Here I am, sitting down on the side of the road. I didn't crash, but broke my derailleur. I have no idea what happened. Like, I literally don't know how this is even possible. I was pedaling. I stopped pedaling. I don't know, I'm confused. I think I stopped pedaling, and then when I started again, I heard that big noise, and then this is not supposed to happen. This never happened. I have no idea what happened. Race is over. Race is over. I can't keep going. I'm certainly not gonna do this single speed. This would be horrible. This would just be horrible to do this single speed. I just need to find an exit strategy. There's nothing here. I'm in the middle of nowhere on this paved road. There's no cars, like no cars at all. There's no cell reception, and
I just don't know which way to go to find people. I'm top this truck, but it's full of cake, so maybe he's gonna try and put it on the roof. It's like literally tied with a shoelace and a scarf. And I think it's a bad idea, though. I don't know how to say it. It smells trouble. This has been the most stressful van ride of my life. The guy was driving exactly like he didn't have a 20-kilo bike tied with a shoelace and a scarf on his roof, doing 100k per hour in every corner, on every bump, on every gravel section, having like total and absolute confidence in his art of tying up stuff to his van. And well, he was right, because the bike is here, and it didn't fall off the roof, which I'm happy. He dropped me off in a nondescript town where there's nothing, but if I ride another 40k I can find a bigger town with hotels and stuff like that. So that's the plan. That's the plan. I'm gonna try and see the finish of the race on tarmac. It's gonna be tricky because my chain line isn't that good, so basically the chain is like a little bit too long for one cog and too short for the other, and then the chain's too short and then I can't pedal anymore.
The thing is, the chain line is not very good, so it tends to go on this cog, but as soon as it goes on this cog, the chain is super tight. I need to find a way to have the chain stay on this cog even though it wants to go on the other one. I haven't figured that out yet.
Anyways, spirits are okay. I'm rather good spirits. It's still a beautiful part of the world, and still warm and sunny. Sucks that I had this mechanical, but it's not the end of the world. So I borrowed a pair of scissors and I cut up a can of Coca-Cola. So here I have this very thin sheet of aluminum, and I'm gonna try and fashion some sort of ring with it that will hopefully stay between the two cogs. Not sure if it's gonna work, but that's the only idea I have at the moment. Cut up can of Coke didn't work. Just like that really thin sheet of metal just was squished by the chain. Basically what I did here is I wrapped some electrical wire so that if the chain wants to jump on the upper cog, it can't, because there's no room. I just now need to find a way to make that little tip of the wire not unravel as I fiddle. So here I have some tape. Try and finish this this hack. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's because the tape is not gonna stick on that oily surface. I think I need to get a longer wire. Should be easy enough to find some wire. This is my fix. I finished with some elastic wire. Well, it didn't work. So next on my list of hacks is trying the same with the brake cable. could find a brake cable in that shop. But yeah, the electrical wire was no match for the chain. The chain just like crushed it. Maybe the brake cable will be strong enough to not get crushed by the chain. And if this doesn't work, I think I'm just gonna have to get motorized transport to SOER, which I don't want to do. But I have no choice. I have no choice, huh? Yeah, the irony is not lost on me that my bike is not fixable here because it's too damn expensive. If I had a cheap bike, anyone here could fix it. Actually, could fix it. I could just buy like cheap parts and fix it. So yeah. I'm done wrapping that brake cable around the cassette. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from the race. I'm exhausted from struggling with this. At this point, I'm pretty sure it's gonna end with a broken chain. I mean, yeah, and it's probably what it's gonna take for me to actually give up any hope of keeping on riding. You're trying something different. So I removed 2 cogs from the cassette, and then I bought a chain, like a, I don't know, 6 or 7 speed chain. I can't really find a good ratio for the chain, so I'm gonna add like a chip derailleur to make sure that it has the right tension. The guy leaving on the motorbike. The guy leaving on the motorbike is the guy from the shop, and he didn't want me to pay. I got a chain and I got a derailleur, and he was like, no, don't pay. You don't have to pay. I'm like, you crazy or what? And he said, no. So. I have no idea what time it is. I have no idea if I have enough time to make it to the next town. I hope so, because I need to move. Wish me luck. No good luck. I'm riding. The setup works. It works going uphill, so it works. I have rarely been so happy to ride. It's quite late in the day, around 5 p.m. So I will just go to the next town, which is about 70 kilometers away. It is called Tata, which means auntie in French. I'm here with my friends, the donkeys. And I just wanted to teach you the Arabic word for donkey, which is hmar. My parents being from Algeria, my father called me a hmar a couple times. Well, more than a couple times.
Morning for the sunny sound of Tata. Yeah, having enormous breakfast. Plan today is to try and ride 150k because there's not much before that. We're in the desert, so basically there's a town every oasis.
I'm in a place called Tagmut, and it's a bit weird being here because it's It's on the race course. So there's a bunch of racers resupplying here, and like, I'm not devastated that I'm not in the race anymore, but I'm still a bit disappointed, and just the fact that they're here reminds me of the race, reminds me of, you know, the fact that it's unfinished business and that it's some sort of failure, and I'm not very comfortable with that.
It's pretty hard switching from racing to bike touring. You would think that it would be easier to bike tour, but the thing is, when you're racing, your mind brings attention to your body that allows it to perform at almost superhuman levels. And as soon as your race ends, then there's the tension vanishes and your whole body just crashes down. Yeah, this one is too steep for my ratio. It's between 9 and 12%. And yeah, I can only push that for a few seconds, and then I have to stop. So yeah, a little bit of walking. There's a truck coming, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna latch onto it, and he's gonna do all the work, and I'm just gonna relax. Promised myself I would stay on tarmac to get to the finish, and really I should have kept my promise. Is this? I mean, it looked okay. It looked rather okay on paper, but this is rough. Okay, going back to the mountains. It already feels much better. So I have to be in Essaouira tomorrow. I scratched what, 3 or 4 days ago, I don't remember exactly. I'm gonna stop today after, hopefully, if I can make it, after 120K. And then there will be, I think something around 180 left to Essaouira. As long as I'm riding in this beautiful landscapes, I do feel okay. There's no disappointment at all. I wonder how I'm gonna feel once the trip is over, once I'm sitting on a bus to Marrakesh, or once I'm on a plane back to France, or once I'm home. I decided to take my chances with this gravel road, and so far no regrets. It's perfectly graded, smooth, and the gradients aren't too bad, so I can deal with them. Feels quite extraordinary that this place is so close to Europe. I know obviously it's not the same continent as Africa, but it feels so remote. Like it feels on the other side of the world, even though it's very easily accessible. But it's so exotic. I've traveled all over the world, and yeah, it feels like this could be at the other end of a 12-hour flight. But no, it's just a couple of hours actually. The end of the day, I made it to a place that has quite a nice view. It was a bit of a climb to get there. Obviously I had to walk. My last day riding in Morocco, and it's starting with a hike. Yeah, it's pretty steep here. Going to Essaouira, finish the race, getting my stuff back, giving back my rental tracker. I do not own a tracker, I'd rather rent them. Wow, so steep. Morocco is amazing. It's so beautiful. It's so mountainous, so diverse. Landscapes constantly changing. It's always, rocky and kind of deserty, but still a lot of diversity. And it's just a magical place. It's just so great to ride bikes here. I'm slowly but surely leaving the mountains behind me, getting closer to the coast. Latin chains and rings is all the bird knows now. Girl, one of the first to know that gold is back in town, so you gotta serve this royalty. Leaving me in my dreams, serving this royalty right. Just what I say and what I see, and we can get it. Yeah, the road to Essaouira is actually not that bad. It's busier than what I'm used to, but it's still very manageable. My concern was that I would have no time to actually finish before dark, but no. I don't remember exactly what I said before the race because it was a week ago, and in between There wasn't much sleep, and there was a lot of bike riding. What I know is I had fun racing here. If you I mean, can call that fun. It is enjoyable in a way. It's not like obviously 100% enjoyable because, you know, of the fact that you suffer a lot. I wish I could ride to Marrakesh, but it's a bit far and I'm flying tomorrow, so 9 a.m. I'll wake up early, grab a quick breakfast, and yeah, leaving in about 10 minutes. But still, I guess the reason that we do it is because we find some sort of joy in it, and yeah, I had my fun. I was happy to be in contention. I was happy to chase the fast guys, be with them. I was not far from the lead. To be honest, I don't think I would have won without the mechanical. I was happy that I was much faster than 5 years ago. It's a good feeling to feel that you're progressing, that you're doing things better. I was racing with more sleep. I was racing in a more sustainable way, and I don't think I'll be back to race Atlas Mountain Race because the nights are too long. Even if you sleep like 4 hours, you still have 8 hours of darkness to deal with, and that's just too much. I mean, I've ridden so much in the dark in my life that now I need just like more daylight. But I will definitely be back in Morocco because it is a stunning place. I had so many highlights here, and also it's 25 degrees in February, so what's not to like about the place? Anyways, I guess that's all I have to say. That is me, Sofiane, signing off, saying so long until next time.